viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about behaviors that are associated with interoception sense. If you watched my last video, I made an introduction to the eighth sense, which we talked about interoception sense, and I promised that today's video is going to be on the behaviors associated with this sense. Remember, we said that interoception sense is the sense that is responsible for controlling our internal organs. So people who have problems with interoception sense, that's the inability to control their internal organs, usually come down with some certain behaviors that are considered socially inappropriate. Interoception disorder can also lead to the person not being able to differentiate between emotions. So the person is not able to say when he or she is happy, when he or she is sad or scared or excited. So they usually have all these feelings that are mixed up. They can't really pick up when I'm sad, when I'm happy, when I'm scared, and all that. But despite these behaviors that are being figured among them, they can be either over responsive or under responsive. When they are over responsive means that they are hyperactivity with those senses, and when they are under responsive means they are hypersensitive to those feelings. However, if the person is either hypersensitive, under responsive, or over responsive, they have specific behaviors that they display, and I'm going to be listing some of this behavior. For a person who have interoception sense and has difficulty differentiating what the internal organs feel, usually have these feelings. The first one is they have an extremely high pain threshold. That means very little thing, very little pain, they feel it more than necessary. So you can be like, is it not just this little thing that happened to you? How come you are feeling so much pain? It's because they have problem with their interoception sense. Another sign or another behavior that you can see with someone who is under responsive for interoception sense is they have delay in toilet training. For a child that is growing up, you see a child that is 9 years, is not yet toilet trained, is not able to indicate when he or she wants to use the toilet, and there is incontinencies. You see the person messing up. It's not the person's fault. It's just because the sense organ that is responsible for controlling the internal organs, telling the child, sending the message to the brain to tell the person, hey, you are pressed, you need to use the toilet, it's not working properly, there's a disorder, there's dysfunction there, and the person takes a very long time to get toilet trained. We see that mostly with our children that are on the spectrum or diverse special needs. You see them, they have delay with their toilet trips. Another behavior that is also affecting persons that are under responsive is that they react. They don't really know when they feel cold or when they feel hot. So you see the person, if you can, normally when you feel cold, you have that sensation, you have that message being transferred from your brain to your, so you know that I'm actually feeling cold, I need to wear cardigan, I need to do this, but they don't have that. Then what about the person that is over responsive, that is hypersensitive? What are the behaviors that are associated with such a person? You see the person often feels nausea. The person feels nausea. Every little thing, you want to throw up. And then people say, why are you always throwing up? We see parents complain and say, the child is always throwing up. Any food that just it's because the sense organs responsible for this sending information to the brain is not working properly. So the person feels often nausea. Every little food that goes in, he wants to throw up. Another behavior is frequent visiting the toilet. And this is even the medical doctors cannot really explain what is happening to the person. Like, okay, he's always going to the toilet, and most times when he or she goes there, nothing is really coming out. So he's not able to say, oh, this is fake feeling of me wanting to use the restroom, or this is not the real thing. Every little time they interpret it that I need to go to the restroom, and they are always visiting the restroom frequently. Another behavior is that you have the person have intense feeling for hunger. So, and can even describe hunger as painful. So the person is not able to really differentiate this. I'm feeling hungry. He will see the hunger as being painful. Or I'm having pains in my tummy and this and that. So behaviors that are associated with this state can differ from the person who is under responsive and the person who is over responsive. In my next video, I'll be talking about interventions or that can be carried out for both set of person, whether you are under responsive or over responsive. Please subscribe to this channel, like the video and share. Give us a thumbs up if you know that the information you have just listened to is going to help you. Share the video to someone who has a child or someone with special needs and the child is having inconsistencies. Thank you very much.